Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Board of Advisors podcast. We are actually live in Dallas. It is our Q1. It's our actual 41st quarterly event in a row, going into our 11th year, Q1 2026. Abby Knowles, cover of our magazine here, the Board of Advisors magazine, which is becoming quite popular. If you want to check out the article on Abby Knowles, it's bamag.com. She's one of the covers. And then there is a fabulous article in here, very well done, that tells a lot about you and your story. Welcome to the podcast today. Welcome to the event. And I know you're going to have some time in front of everyone today as well.
Thank you, man.
How you doing?
I'm blessed, truly blessed. Yes.
You've been traveling a little bit.
I have.
So tell me about that. Like what is current right now with you? I know you're in a transition a little bit. You went from a long history with Verizon, and we'll talk about that, but you're also kind of like landing into your own new life, if you will, as an entrepreneur and an advisor. Yeah. So just give me a little bit of a status update. Where are we? What are we doing? What does life look like right now?
It's what I was envisioning. I didn't know how it would happen, but I decided to lean in to the life that I wanted to live. Yeah. And that included helping businesses grow and also making room and time for companies in the Caribbean region. And the last couple of months, I've been engaged with one of the companies in the Caribbean and helping them after the Hurricane Melissa disaster recovery. So I've been doing that. I also had the amazing opportunity, Mike, and I wanted to do this. I wanted to give back by participating in one of their regional telecom conferences. Okay. It's called the Canto. It's their annual general meeting, and it's all the telecom carriers, their regulators across the Caribbean and Latin America. And I kept saying, I want to go there. I want to share. And not only the opportunity, you see these things, sometimes they come up very inconvenient, but it came 3 weeks before. Yeah. A chance for me to not only share and talk about global competitiveness and how to scale up and how to leverage the network leadership above reliability and leverage performance for the customer experience. I got to be able to do that on the big stage in front of all of the telecom carriers. But I also got invited to speak to the HR leaders and the leaders in a separate leadership session. And my topic was about leadership in the age of AI.
So what type of leaders is that? Like what brands are they leaders of, or, you know, kind of what is the status or position there, just so everybody kind of understands?
There were HR executives, like chief HR officers, HR talent executives, but also some of them were CEOs of telecoms in the Caribbean and Latin America. Some of them brought their leaders as well. So I had a chance not just to address the HR team. And my message to the HR team was, you are essential in this age. Because in this age of AI, the organization is changing. And for too long, HR has often been seen as like a support player. Like, HR, go get me some people. HR, this is what I've decided to do. Help me design my organization. But it's changing. And HR has to do workforce engineering. They have to be a thought partner.
I was just getting ready to say, they're really the cultural architect, not just staffing, not just the absorption of issues or resolution.
Exactly, or compensation.
Really, I think that's a very reactive approach to the HR division or departments. The proactive, where they're designing the architecture, the internal journey of a team player, executive manager, and the cultural outcome that they want for the brand and the organization, which actually has real value, you know, that comes down to the bottom line on retention and turnover and the velocity in which business development can happen due to the lack of turnover.
It's table stakes right now. Yeah. And so HR has to have a seat at the table. They have to be a thought partner in the room with the tech people. So I am that tech person. And they have to show the technical fluency. So they have to skill up very quickly on AI and what it means and how to use it so that they can be invited into the rooms that are designing these things.
And even with the individuals that are going to be relieved, setting up a plan to where there is a protection mechanism against bad press.
Yeah.
So think about like, how are they, so if they have to let somebody go or they have to let a department go or even a division go due to automation, AI, robotics, like how are they setting them up for success on the other side of being relieved, whether it's training. I mean, anybody can have a severance, right? But whether it's training, encouragement, direction, guidance, some sort of advisory on here's what you actually are good at and can do next. You know, I think a little bit of the extension past the relieving would be a wise mechanism. And then, you know what? If it's done very well, it could become a vendor relationship. I've actually let people go before, told them, I'm letting you go because you need to start your own business. And then I hired, and I said, I will be your first customer.
So many right now who are losing their jobs, but it is incumbent on the HR team to partner with the business to help prepare that employee to give the most where they are. But it also sets them up for success for if and when they have to leave.
And looking at your track record, looking at your past, you did how long with Verizon?
28 years.
Take me through just like the development of the relationship, like whether, you know, did you start in which department? Where did you start? How did it evolve? Where did you end up?
Yeah. So I started right out of college and I started in what do we call the wireline or the fixed network, you know, the old telephone lines. And then I eventually...
Do we even have that anymore?
Oh, yeah. There's still some people that do. Some people that do. And you can use it for like alarming at your home. Yeah, security. Yeah. But most people have moved beyond that. I moved from that into the Fios, like the broadband and TV, which we still have, right? So I moved there. And then I moved into wireless. So I eventually, my career kept growing. I got promoted. I moved into the broadband space. Then I got promoted into the wireless space. Then the last couple of years that I was there, I was leading the software team, a global software team that was responsible for all the supporting software that lets the company run. So you have a cell phone
so this is the fundamental operational software for Verizon.
Yeah, the billing, the apps, the customer service support.
Well, you were over all of that?
I was responsible for the portfolio that enabled that consumer group. And the consumer group is like 75% of Verizon's revenue.
Unbelievable.
And you know what I loved about that career journey was it taught me the entire telecom business. A lot of times people will grow up in the software space or they'll grow up in the network space only, but I had a chance to actually traverse the entire technology.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you really have a full scope, thorough, detailed perspective and experience on telecom, communications, data flow, like what makes the world go round, basically. So if we went from wired to Fios to kind of then wireless and then the operational, like the fundamental software apps, like now that we're at this threshold of AI and then what I would call not just wireless, but like satellite-based internet, right? What changes now with that traditional infrastructure? Because Fios is still around. I mean, everybody's using fiber at their house.
Still want their internet and their content.
Wireless is obviously, still around. Most users are wireless. Yeah. But when we get into like the satellite, Starlink, many times I've even made a comment, traveling, I can't get internet. Well, where's your Starlink? Like the reliance and the confidence in the satellite-based internet being wherever is very high, even though it's not adopted at that volume yet. The confidence is high. Like I feel like we are in a little bit of a transition.
It's a phrase I would use. I call it communication ubiquity, which means you need to be on, connected to your business, to your customers, at all times, no matter what the medium is, whether it's wireless, whether it's satellite, whether it's Wi-Fi. And that's what's happening in the communications industry. It's about partnerships that are evolving. A lot of telecoms are having partnerships with satellite companies, with Wi-Fi providers and airports, so that you can stitch this seamless communication infrastructure. You shouldn't have to worry about that. You should just be able to say, this is my provider. This is who I do business with. And wherever I go, I stay connected.
You know, looking back, I was just thinking about the money model of Telecom, because it's kind of gone from having fees to lowered fees to almost no fees. You know, how would you describe the business or money model of Telecom? You know, from my perspective, outsider looking in, I feel like it's shrinking in its margins. So the efficiencies have to be installed. You know, when you're looking at something like on the precipice of AI adoption and automation that comes along with that, like it really begins to solve what I would think is the major pain point for telecom, the industry as a whole, but then it also puts the target on the human that's been running the business for so long. Well,
it's perfect. Like if you look at the top industries where AI is being used, telecom is one of the top 5. And it's perfect because of the efficiencies that are needed. And also because of the underlying technology, there's just so much that you can do with the data, right? To wow our customers and to be proactive in terms of what customers want.
It's funny how exciting a feedback loop of data is. Just the fact of showing somebody how much they used their app that month. You know, here's your screen time. It's like, it's not a big deal, but it's almost like gamifying a little bit, just showing them the data.
And it's about finding the insights that customers will find value in.
Right.
And so that's what the telecom companies, they have access to that. And they have been going hard after AI at every layer in their, in the company, not just in the product and helping the customers and providing products that wow the customers and bring value, but also how to unlock the efficiencies within their companies as well and operate it a lot efficiently.
So you're moving into now a role of you're a multi-client advisor where you're sitting on their board. You're many times working as a fee-based partner in the business too. Like you're becoming integrated with your clients. Like, what are the risks that you are advising them, you know, around as they're doing their development? I mean, I see a lot of data risk. I saw a lot of compliance and legal. Like, what are some of the risks that people should totally be aware of in their business when working with the AI and data?
First is the data. Right? A lot of companies really didn't have like an organization to help them organize their data, clean up their data. And more importantly, Mike, teach the organization the importance of data. Normally it's like somebody will take care of it. No. You're in supply chain, you're in HR, you're in accounting. You need to make sure that your data is good. If your data is not good, then the data lake, the big data that company uses is going to be off. That's the first. But the second thing that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, and I toot this as loud as I can, with AI, it brings security risks, cybersecurity risks. And I am a huge proponent of having a governance type structure. I've seen big companies have used it. Verizon used it. Most companies that are rolling out AI. And you think governance, a lot of people think slow down. Like, oh my God, they're going to slow us down. They're going to kill our agility. But actually with AI, I think it can unlock agility, because with governance, you're now paying attention to data quality as one of your pillars. You're paying attention to cybersecurity, right? Because now you're designing agents and chatbots and you're giving permissions. Who gets permission? How long do they get permission for? Who's checking? Where do you put the human in the loop? Where do you not?
Now you're inspiring me to kind of think about like the smart contract aspect of digital assets, because we had a very large conversation yesterday on AI and what tools they're using. You would be amazed at how many times the CEO or the executive staff has adopted less than the actual staff has, because the staff is looking for ways to get their job done.
Yeah.
They're fascinated with the tools and functions. And then the executive, I picked up yesterday, is more lethargic to roll it out because it's like another thing they think they have to train everybody on. But, individuals like yourself are wildly valuable coming in and saying, look, like you don't have to do that. That's what I do. Yeah. And helping them to integrate and weave that in. It's an unknown, and anything unknown creates some sort of concern or fear. Yeah. And then they just avoid it. Like that's what I read yesterday. Yeah. And as such a progressive community of real business owners that are making real numbers on the scoreboard, there's still some avoidance, which is why I really wanted to encourage you to do what you're doing with the the AI advisor style integration partner. What do you think is maybe the best place to start as an owner or founder or someone who wants to make a difference in their business with the AI side of things? Like, where would you recommend they start?
Number one, there's three things that I would recommend. Number one, you have to start with yourself as a leader and make a commitment to learn AI. Mike, this is a year that AI is going to move from hype to operational reality. And yes, you can delegate it and you can have a chief AI officer, but you as a CEO, and I've been telling this to a lot of, CEOs that I've worked with, is you have to commit to it. Number one. And if you get an AI coach, get someone who can come along with you and think about the strategy. See, a lot of businesses, they have AI operating in their organization, so they think they're fine. But if you don't have an orchestrated approach to how you're going to do it, you can overuse it. You can overbuild. You have too many tools that are overlapping. And one of the biggest issues that growing businesses have is scaling waste. I talk about this all the time. So by creating this council within your organization, maybe you have an AI coach help you for a while to set it up, you have some guardrails and you have visibility to where am I having AI operate in my company. Number two, how are you scaling yourself? How are you upskilling yourself and your knowledge of the capabilities of AI for you as a thought partner, how to use it? The more you use it, the more you'll better understand what your team can do. Then the third thing is you've got to be...
AI's calling you.
I thought I silenced that. The third thing is really back to the security. As part of this council that you're going to set up, and you put a AI governance in there, there's lots of information. I can share more about how you set up that AI governance, is making sure you keep an eye on cybersecurity, because small and growing businesses are a large target for breaches. Upwards of 50 to 80% of small businesses are targets.
The detailed work that I've seen go into phishing, spoofing, the scam approach to businesses. Yeah. I mean, they have to be using AI because it is so legit looking, the stuff coming through. I mean, on the phone, on email, on text, like it unless you're paying real attention.
And not only that, Mike, but innocently, right? The AI models are changing. There's this podcast that I follow, and the gentleman who's an expert shared an example of an agent that he built that all of a sudden just went rogue and went into a family chat and shared information it wasn't supposed to. It asked a question it wasn't supposed to ask. So if you start using agentics, if you're using bots, who's testing, who's doing quality assurance, who's checking every time Claude or ChatGPT or Google, every time they change the model, right? The new model just changed for Claude, and now it's more context aware, and all the things that people built, they have to go back and rebuild it. It can put information out that you didn't intend, not with the tone. You trained it, and now you have to retrain it.
Yeah.
So you absolutely have to have some kind of mechanism within your organization that keeps checking. And I recommend quarterly, you have to have some KPIs where you're looking at what AI is supposed to be doing for you. Is it actually delivering the value? Look at how much you're spending on AI. Look at the value that you're supposed to be getting. Real business basics, right? Cost benefit analysis. Are you getting what you're supposed to be paying for? Are you just going out and getting AI just to say you're getting it?
Right.
You should be growing.
Yeah.
Your bottom line should be growing.
You should have a direct impact of growth.
Yes.
Know that is proving that you are implementing and leveraging it right.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing going on right now is actually waste, not efficiencies, due to the tinkering aspect.
Yeah.
Everybody's tinkering with every tool that comes out, and there's really no strategy on how do we use what for what, right?
Yeah.
And what type of guidance is an organization giving their teams on? Don't even bother with this, like the clear don'ts.
Yeah.
We were sitting at the table yesterday, and I think I just arrived at the point where I had to sit at one of the tables and say, how about you start here? Like, let's create some conversations around certain topics that you're always having. Because I've done this myself. Like, I have about 16 different conversations currently that seem to pop up almost every day, either in my mind, with my team. So I have the conversation first with AI. Then
as a prep.
But then what happens is I get to formulate it. I get to start where I left off.
Yeah.
And then I don't lose any type of progress. And then I can share it with them.
Yeah.
And they can catch up without me doing the work.
See, that's an excellent use case. How a CEO upskills and embraces AI as a thought partner.
If anyone wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Yeah, Ask TechWorks, AskTechWorks.com is my website. I'm also on LinkedIn, Abby S. Knowles. My passion is to help companies thrive and integrate AI into their busyness, into their work that's happening right now, how to unlock growth and do it in a human-centered way, how to strengthen that culture.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out Abby Knowles at bamag.com as well. You can read her article. There should be a form on there as well to connect with us so that we can make a connection to her and set that up properly. That's bamag.com. You'll find her on the main cover page. We're getting ready to kick off another day here in Dallas.
Awesome.
I am so glad you are here.
So excited.
Abby,
thanks, Mike.
Yes,
it's an honor. Thank you.